more. Oh, my Lord. We won't have to cry no more. I tell you, we won't, church. We won't have to cry no more.
Hi, and welcome to another segment of KISS. Keep it simple, sir. Keep it simple, senor. Yeah. And my cousin told me, she speaks Spanish. She says, you got to say yo, not no. Keep it simple, saints and sisters. Today, we're coming to you with another great production with a lot of great people. And our studio is full today. A subject that you probably know very little about. Coming up next month, we're talking about a Seniors Month. Why, I did not even know it was such a thing. It's been around 60 years. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure you at home are going to learn something, as I have, and I will be learning right along with you from our community leaders. Praise God. And we're going to ask, starting with my right and your left, to Dr. Jen.
Okay. Hi. My name is Jen Bonifas. I am the Vice President of Program Services with Goodwill Easter Seals Miami Valley, which means I have the privilege of overseeing all of our programs and services for children all the way up through senior adults. So we do programs with employment services, we do programs in vocational training, we offer behavioral health supports, we offer services for individuals with developmental disabilities, we offer child screening to help identify maybe early indicators of potential barriers for children. We hold a Miracle Clubhouse and an All Club, which works with young adults and adults who have persistent or recurrent mental illness, substance use, or trauma to provide a community for them to belong. And then for our senior services, we have quite a robust opportunity for seniors to engage with us, and whether that's needing care apart from the home, so maybe they need to have a little more medical needs met, or maybe they need to have a little more supervision, all the way through employment programs for our older workers who are making a wonderful impact in the Montgomery County area as they seek employment, as they complete training. So I'm sure we'll go into that more as we're doing our discussion, but thank you for having me, and I appreciate the opportunity and look forward to the conversation.
Yes, that was a lot of information and just that quick. Yes. So we're going to have to do some more.
Yes, for sure.
All right.
Thank you. My name is Howard Ackerman, and I am the mobile grocery manager with Homeful. I also assist managing their food programs and kind of any food distribution we do throughout Montgomery County and some of our programs in Dayton and Columbus. Also here to promote some of our incentive produce-focused programs for our seniors, such as Produce Perks and Senior Farmers Market Nutrition Program, as well as talking about some of what I see for a typical day at the Homeful's mobile grocery store or at the 2nd Street Market.
All right. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Alan Foster. I'm the pastor of Grace Ministries. We are a holistic ministry serving the needs of God's people. Formerly a pastor of the Traditional Baptist Church, heard the calling to go out have the courage to be able to listen to God versus a congregation. And in listening to him, he puts me on my journey to service people, their needs. On this occasion, one of our main ministries is serving the needs of senior citizens, who is the backbone and often forgotten. As many services, we like to think that there are a lot of services that are being put out there, but even then, there are those who are left out, and we like to consider ourselves as making up the difference wherever is needed. We kind of fashion ourselves as the Good Samaritan. We are not a large group name. We're not powerful in name, but we're powerful in love. And as we journey, those that come our way, those are the ones who God have chosen us to serve. And again, in particular, we provide food for seniors. Oftentimes, even there are seniors who cannot get to the grocery store, even if they have the means. There are those who are unable to prepare meals. We prepare nutritious meals for seniors, as well as others. But as again, our main focus is on seniors who have a great need.
Yes, said man after God's own heart. There's a lot of information. You don't have so many people concerned about what God is concerned about. I'm listening to you as well. A lot of times, ministry we get the title so twisted, not realizing, I don't care whether it's a bishop, a minister, elder, pastor, reverend, it all drops down to being servant.
Yes.
And I think so many times we miss that, that we're yet to serve God's people. And it's so much important. I know we're going to hear more from what you said, and the thing is the heart that you have for the public and the heart that we have for God's people in the community. I think we are losing that. So much has been lost. The concern. Don't get me started because I start preaching, so I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to go to Dr. Wheeler and let her introduce herself.
Thank you, Bishop. And that's why we're all here,
Yes.
because of that concern and the love we have
Yes.
for the people. I'm Cheryl Wheeler. I am retired Director of Senior and Children's Services for Goodwill Easter Seals Miami Valley. Yes. And currently I serve on the Board of Trustees for the Area Agency on Aging, as well as the Vice Chair of the Montgomery County Council on Aging. So my whole encore, I like to call it, you know, is in, the Lord has just immersed me in service. Yes. And these are some wonderful organizations that provide services themselves, as well as fund some of these services, you know, in the community. So I'm delighted to be here this evening.
Yes, yes. And I don't know, I just being the pastor minister, said, when he said he's not listening to the congregation, he's listening to God, oh my God.
Yeah.
That spoke in so much volume. Because everybody's not concerned about that anymore. I mean, leaders, church leaders, listen to him, because sometimes we listen to what the people say, and Lord, my God, you love them.
Yeah.
But it's more important to listen to the Master.
Yes.
And I thank God for you, and out there serving the food, and praise God, you're going to tell me a little bit more about. But first, let me look. We got a scripture here that Dr. give us, and the subject of our program today is aging Unbound, celebrating our older America, celebrating our older. And like you said, so often we're forgotten about. As we get older, it's something that sort of kicked to the curb. I think they try to get rid of us more. Praise God. But it's good to know that somebody is concerned. And that everyone is trying to say, well, you get a certain age, you live your life. But I look at what the Word of God say. He called the old because they know the way.
They know the way.
That's right.
They've been through it. And the young, because they're strong.
Yes.
We have to work together. Forget that generation gap thing. We have to work together. That's the way he designed it, for us to work together.
Yes.
And he said in that last day, the company said, when I was hungry, you fed me. When you visited me, they said, Lord, when do you do that? He said, when you did to the least of these little ones, you have done it unto me. Praise God. Right. And you know, the Bible scripture gives us, I believe, said the Bible scripture, I don't know if the prompter got it up there, let's say in Psalms 92 and 14, they shall still bring forth fruit in old age.
Yes, sir.
They shall be fat and flourishing. There's more to that, but that's, how often do we hear someone think about old people being flourishing and being fruitful? I know you're a young lady, you don't know about this. Yeah? All right, tell us a little bit more. Just jump in there, because I'm going to talk. If you don't say something, I'm going to talk. You got to jump in there and tell me what you're talking about, what you come to tell us today.
Well, let me expound a little bit on the theme a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. Older Americans Month, as you mentioned, has been around 60 years. This is the 60th anniversary. And every May, the Administration for Community Living leads the nation's observance of older Americans. And this 2023 theme, Aging Unbound, offers an opportunity for us to explore diverse aging experiences and discuss how communities can combat those stereotypes.
Okay.
And the goal is to promote flexible thinking about aging and how we all benefit when older Americans remain engaged, independent, and included.
Yes.
That's where this theme came out of, Aging Unbound.
Yes.
Yes. And I'm so thrilled to be amongst people who are serving the aging, and so many rich, vital
Yes.
services that are being offered and that are available to the senior, as you mentioned, that they don't even know of. Many don't know of.
Right.
So we want to talk about some of those
Yes.
this afternoon while we're here. So
I'd like to just kind of take off what you just
Yes.
finished. The reason why I think it's so serious, you know, we talk about old school, but being loving and doing God's will is as new and as fresh as it's ever been. That's not an old thing. But in Pacific, if we took away grandparents or the senior citizen, had it not been for grandma, for a senior citizen who provide that wisdom. My father told me once, and I was much older and I thought I knew it, and you know, he was seasoned, and he said, every step that you take for the rest of your life, I've already taken it. And I have something, input, that can be valuable to you. And our seniors has so much wisdom that the world is missing. How to get along, how to treat your enemies, how to love one another. Those things come from those who are seasoned and have seen the benefits and witnessed the benefit of coming together. But to go back to the statement, and you kind of touched me when I guess I touched you.
Yeah.
The reason why we have to, myself specifically, the church even has forgotten our seniors. The seniors that I serve, I run into a lot of seniors who for 35, 40 years paid into their whole heart into the church. And now when they need the food, the care, the companionship, they feel alone. And it's such a wonderful feeling to step in and say, you're not forgotten, you're important. Just imagine, and at some point we're going to get there. And I know that's a long way for you too. And listen, let me just pause and say that. That's not a negative thing, that's the blessing for you to be where you are, to grow. So yeah, wherever we are, we are always blessed. Because that's the place where God has put us.
That's right.
But to know, I have a son who I admire for being such a wonderful Christian man, a father and a husband, that we are suffering because we don't have enough teaching of how to be a man. I was ministering to a young man, and I asked him, I said, what do you want to do when you grow up? And he says, when I get out of prison, I'm going to open up a barber shop. So in his life, the men, let me rephrase that, the males that he has been around have gone to jail and to prison and probation. And the only success that he have witnessed is one who have come out, who learned how to cut hair in prison and open up a shop. But senior, as you and I, well, I'll speak for myself, as a senior man, I can share the way, what is important through experience. What is important as a man. Whether, and you know, oftentimes we say black men, a family in God's eyes is a man, a woman coming together and raising children, and the father being the head and teaching his sons how to be a man. It's not something just come naturally. You learn from your environment. So our best environment, our best teaching come from men of experience and of age. So I'm a very excited and supportive of anybody who help our seniors not be forgotten, and also mentioning their assets they can bring to companies. They're people, men and women of their word. They have great integrity, dependable, all the things that you need to be successful is wonderful. This is being highlighted, that come from our seniors.
And they're on their way. You're on your way. You know, the thing is, and with myself now, I have the heart for that. But see, when I was coming up, I hung around a lot of my great uncles. And I had a lot of great aunts, great uncles. I hung around some of my uncles too. But like I'm saying, where you were getting the groundwork to make things better for those seniors today and eventually yourselves. Hopefully it be in place that when we get there, we have something there. And it comes so quickly.
It does.
Yes.
I'm not going to mess with Dr. Wheeler because I remember I'm not going to talk about when you're younger and then got older. It's something important when you start saying, oh, I'm getting older. I didn't know I was going to get here that quick.
It happens so fast.
Right.
It does.
So fast.
Yes.
You wait to get 18 and then you wait to get 21 and then what happened to 40 and 50 and 60? What happened to those years?
You don't have to long for, once you turn 40, that's my deal, you don't have to long for the others, the 50s, the 60s, they come rapidly.
But there's opportunities
Oh.
for our older to stay involved, to stay connected.
Yes.
And I like to highlight some of those so that our viewership will know.
Yes.
You know, will know. I know, Jen, I know you have the CSEP program, which is a very valuable program where seniors can stay engaged and feel valued.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're really fortunate, I think, at Goodwill that we have the opportunity to serve seniors in a lot of different capacities. One of our programs is our CSEP program, and that stands for our Senior Community Service and Employment Program. And so that's working with older adults who are 55 and older who want to re-enter the workforce. So maybe they've stepped out of the workforce because maybe they were raising a family, maybe there was a medical condition, maybe the job they were in for many years has changed, and so there's new technology needs. And so they just need a little bit of training, a little bit of assistance in reacclimating to the workforce so they can enter back in and be able to be employed and be, you know, contributors to whatever their family dynamic may be now, whether that's them independently or what their family may look like now. We have a lot of our CSEP individuals who are helping to raise grandchildren or great nieces or nephews. So, you know, kind of coming in and looking at how they can be, you know, gainfully employed in that position. So our program allows individuals to come in and we place them into training programs at nonprofits in the area. And so they're able to learn job skills that match to their employment goals. So it may be that I want to be a receptionist, and so I need to learn more familiarity with maybe it's an electronic system that the phone's answering. So you're looking at being able to connect and transfer to different lines. So maybe it's computer skills because they're looking to go back into manufacturing, and so the computer skills have changed. So CSEP allows them to come in and gain that training, and then we help place them into employment. And then we provide follow-along services for up to a year to make sure that they're acclimating well to their new position and that they're able to really thrive. And so for even us as an agency, we have some of our individuals who have come in and they've completed their training with us. And so you can kind of walk through our Goodwill building and you can see some of our CSEP participants who have completed the program and they work as part of our team now. And so individuals who have come in and brought their background in social service, who are working on teaching prevention to young adults in the schools, someone who's come in and is serving as a receptionist at our front desk and is that friendly face greeting everyone as they come in and being able to play that role for us. Individuals who are coming in and actually coming back to our CSEP program and working with other individuals who are following that same path to help them gain employment. And so we as an employer value that and understand that older workers are bringing a lot of nuances into the workforce that are maybe really needed. So the ability to communicate, the ability to be reliable and dependable, the ability to understand life in a big picture. So you have years of experience you're bringing to the table to be able to kind of share to your coworkers. So CSEP for us is really valuable, and employers around the area are recognizing that as well because there's a need for the workforce. So if we can help train and we can help connect senior workers to open positions, it is a win for everyone. It's a win for our participants, the community, you know, the employer, just the entire fabric of our network is just enhanced greatly by being able to tap into these individuals. So CSEP is a program we're really proud to offer and really enjoy being able to serve that, and that's certainly meeting to that aging Unbound. So our mission is to empower individuals with disabilities and disadvantages to gain independence and a higher quality of life, and there's nothing more empowering or more independent than being able to be employed and being able to have that value and being able to offer your value to those around you, and CSEP does that beautifully. And so we're really proud to be a part of that program, and would, you know, encourage anyone who's watching that's interested in what that looks like or or has interest in upskilling or training or looking for employment to connect, and we'd be happy to talk through CSEP with you.
What they would start? Where would they start? This person looking at the show today, how would they start in the program that you were offering?
Yeah, so I believe there's a phone number on the screen. So it's our 188 number for Goodwill. So you can call that number. You can tell them that you're interested in CSEP. We'll connect you directly to the manager over CSEP. We'll bring you in. We'll have a conversation. We'll talk through the different requirements of the program. We're constantly enrolling, so there's always an opportunity to get involved. So if you give us a call, we'll connect you to the right person and we'll get you involved.
That sounds great. And everything's computerized anyway.
Absolutely.
Whether they're in the workforce or not. Just to pay your bills and do anything, you got to be computer literate.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And it's meeting such a critical need because, as you mentioned, you know, we're suffering from a workforce shortage.
Yes.
You know, and that's nationwide.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You know, that's nationwide. And the Area Agency on Aging, you know, provides the home and community-based services, you know, for over the past 40 years. And they rely on home health aides. They
Yes.
rely on personal care aides to provide this care.
Yes.
So therefore, when there's a shortage in aides, there's a shortage in them being able to provide the care.
Okay.
You know, for these individuals who are needing these services.
Yes.
So, and actually during the COVID pandemic, the workforce shortage reached a critical point, and today in the 3-county region, we have over 500 individuals who are eligible to receive care but unable to do so because there are no available aides. You know, so even, you know, seniors can be aides.
Absolutely.
Because a new program that the Area Agency on Aging moved to is direct care and personal care aides, in which you can employ your own family member.
Okay.
You can employ your own family member to become your aide. Many times they're doing it anyway.
Yes.
They're doing the caregiving anyway, but
Yeah.
you can get paid for it.
Yes. Yes.
So that's a service that's available
Yes.
through the Area Agency on Aging, but people don't know about it.
Okay.
You know, so they can call that number. I'm sure that's on the screen.
Okay.
That they can call and just let them know to get more information.
That's the one with
About-
938-223 help?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one. Because, you know, as we realize, you know, in growing older, you know, 26% of Ohioans will be 65 and over by 2050. You know, so the aging population is growing.
Yes.
It's growing. So the services that we're providing is very important to be able to provide. And not only that they provide that, but there's also education available.
Okay.
Okay, there's also education available. They can go to the website, which is www.infoforseniors.org, and can have access to several wellness programs that's available to them. Healthy living, matter of balance classes, in which they partner with some of our communities. I know you do Healthy Balance, right?
We do matter of balance, yes.
Matter of balance, yes. Aging, there's an Aging Master Program, in which features local experts, speakers on topics, you know, including financial planning, overall health and wellness, maintaining community connections, and volunteering. And we have to remember, many of our seniors who have aged, they have experience in this. Some of them have retired, you know, from those type of things. They can come back in and provide education,
Absolutely.
you know, to even the younger, you know, generations on things that they have lived through. So, you know, it offers a lot of free caregiver workshops. There's workshops, so there's a lot of services and resources available. Again, all we have to do is kind of just look for it. And, you know, and that's why we're here today, you know, because it's unlimited, you know, what the older Americans can do to stay vital. You know, it's really the sky's the limit for them, you know, even in the later years.
And I hope the myth about being older is dispelled as we conversate, because if you look at what you just mentioned, and especially what you mentioned, there's a lot of service left in a person that's 55. Lots of, and matter of fact, it's the type of service that come from experience. You know, and I like the fact, I love your passion, and this is what's missing. We need people in these fields, what you do, and we talked before. I'm so excited to see young people with a passion to do something that's so critically important. I listened how you ran off the mission statement, but all that it is, and it's more than a job. It is contributing to a holistically wonderful situation. Everybody benefits. As you mentioned, we're short. Everybody in services, especially service, is coming up very short. And there's a pool of wonderful, experienced people. And I'll say one other thing about seniors, and this is nothing against younger people. We had our younger days, and they were what they were. But there's a need to me more than ever to have the proper example set before. Remember, we mentioned a few minutes ago, when you have the blind teaching the blind, there is, you know, so somebody needs to be able to see, to be able to help those that are blind. Real quick story about the senior part. A few years ago, long before a lot of the issue we have with young people, I was watching this show from Nigeria, Africa, and they said the big elephants are, I mean, these young elephants, they're just killing each other. They're coming in the musk too soon. What is the problem? So they did a study to see the problem. And the problem was that the older elephant had been killed for the tusk and those kind of things. And somebody came up with the idea, let's put in some older elephants. And the older elephants came in their midst and just began to conduct themselves as older elephants. And the young one came in line. If you have seniors participating in a workforce, their attitude, their love, and their commitment will be an example that can truly be followed for the benefit of all.
Oh, yes.
I had a home health care agency for the area agency on aging. We transported seniors to their various appointments. I sent home health aid. And it wasn't that I was too old, it was just I could not provide the proper care without enough aides.
Right.
So, you know, if you can't do it, you don't hang in there for the money. You step back and let those who can. So I'm very thankful for
definitely.
And this young man who we hadn't heard a lot from has a very wonderful ministry, and that's what I call it. Anytime you're serving God, that is the definition
of ministry. Yes, because ministry means serve.
Yes,
absolutely. But yeah, I could talk a little bit about Homeful's side. So for me personally, I've been with Homeful since 2018. I actually started with case management in the Gateway Shelter for Men right here in Montgomery County. And I think prior to joining the food team, I had multiple types of case management experience, handling multiple types of level of care for those people, regardless of age or pretty much any situation or limitation, visual, hearing, mobility impairment, but being able to offer them the time of day and same level of respect that I would want to see provided to me. But now with the food team, like I said, the mobile grocery is certainly one of a kind, a unique project. The 42-inch Freightliner converted into a mobilized grocery store for originally focused seniors in 2020, trying to normalize any senior shopping, regardless of impairment or circumstance during COVID-19. And I think we've kind of transitioned now as we approach 2023 season, more just continuing to address those food deserts, fighting any barriers in terms of transportation or, like I said, visual, hearing, mobility impairments, and just being more than just offering a store to a senior, offering an ear to listen, offering a follow through, hey, how did that appointment go, or how was that surgery? You know, I always am very eager to remember my customer names and really develop that rapport and relationship just like I would as a caseworker. Because I feel like that's what it needs to be, not just running into the store like it is now, going through the self-checkout, rushing in and out, and, you know, gosh forbid you say hi to someone anymore. Or say, hey, where'd you find that? Aisle 4. Like, it's just basic conversations that I feel like, you know, and I know COVID played a huge part, but it just feels like if we can't give our seniors the time of day, eventually we're not going to be able to give each other the time of day. And it's a scary thought. But for some of the programs I know that I offer with the mobile grocery, two senior focused. One is Senior Farmers Market Nutrition Program, and that is for any 60 and over Montgomery County resident. But I know it's also a 8 or 9 county program. But I kind of handle all the Montgomery County, anyone coming to the mobile grocery directly or at our 2nd Street Market. And with the program grants, if qualified, which I know there is an income gap, which I have it right in front, as long as you're a one-person household under $26,973, you could possibly be eligible for $50 in $5 increment produce coupons that could be redeemed at my mobile grocery store, the 2nd Street Market with my coworker Don Roberts, or possibly we'll have some availability lists at the store and the market for other farmers markets you can go through throughout Montgomery County and the other counties, depending on where you applied and where you're residing at this time.
Were you at Shiloh up there at church before?
I believe we have in the past. I know we've been to about 2 or 3 churches, usually church events, whether it's offering the mobile grocery or just offering possibly, we've had agencies offer gift cards or purchase, such as St. Mary's, Sinclair Community College. I know we assist their student pantry, but they've also purchased gift cards to anybody kind of going through their schooling, regardless of what program, what degree they're going for. But at the end of the day, if they're in a troubling situation but trying to better their education, we want to make sure they don't have to stress about the basic needs, such as what food they have in the fridge when they get home from class or anything like that.
Yeah.
Could I just ask, I've heard of and a lot of positive thing about your program, but how does it work in terms of the seniors being able to purchase food through your mobile?
Oh, so yeah, so we accept cash, credit, debit, or EBT food stamps, and then we also have an incentive produce program for any EBT user, regardless of age. It's called Produce Perks. What that grants you is every $5 an EBT user is spending with me, I'm giving them $5 back in the form of a produce voucher. That can always be redeemed on the spot for any produce we have available that's not prepackaged, or saved to use at a later date. This is kind of the solution for a lot of my seniors. Once senior farmers market coupons run out, as long as they're an active EBT user or getting that monthly deposit or upload, they're able to consistently get their produce free with me. And that's speaking both for the 2nd Street Market and the mobile grocery.
Okay.
So what do you, as far as mobilizing, how do you go?
So for example, we travel all across Montgomery County right now, and each kind of day has a different focus. Maybe it might be a different side of town. It might be for a specific reason or purpose or population, such as Sinclair for the students. But then also, like for example, when we're at Sinclair, we're serving one of St. Mary's sites using our shuttle services, such as Biltmore Towers downtown, Park Manor with GDPM, and the YWCA. Another example would be on Fridays. We always try to have an emphasis being in the Trotwood area. I know 2 weeks out of the month for the 1st and 3rd, we're at the Miami Valley Child Development Center, and for the 2nd and 4th, we're at the Church of the Brethren. The biggest thing I like is that I know this is a one-of-a-kind thing, but it's nice that we have an opportunity to really bring a door to a senior's doorstep, but also not just a senior, really anyone, because at the end of the day, we are open to the public and just trying to offer a convenient service. Whether that convenience is eliminating the transportation or just the convenience of maybe you have social anxiety and have issues going to the store, or maybe you're, just have some of those limitations I mentioned before with mobility. I know our mobile grocery has similar to an RTA shuttle bus safety lift, so giving it possibility for anyone to shop. Motorized wheelchair, walker, cane, just giving any senior, but also anyone the chance to go to the store like they want to.
I think it's really about dignity. I think that's really what I think all of our senior programs are really trying to do. It's aging unbound with dignity and approaching that from a lot of different perspectives. So whether that's helping someone find employment, that's helping someone be able to navigate and be able to tap into groceries and feel like they're able to shop and participate in that aspect of society as everyone else. The different different pieces of what your agency is doing. I think it's all about dignity. And so, another piece of what we do that's really important is there's a time when individuals age and there becomes medical needs, or there becomes maybe dementia or Alzheimer's sets in. And so having programs that are able to serve our seniors who have those needs are really important as well, because there's still ability to be interactive, to be part of community, to to engage. And so our adult day services program is funded through Area Agency on Aging, and it offers a day program for older adults who have medical fragility or dementia. And so they're able to come in, and we provide door-to-door transportation. They're able to come in and be part of a community. We take them out every day. We do an outing, so that may be a pet store to see the pets that are up for adoption. It may be the library. It may be going to the mobile grocery to make sure they're able to access that. But going out in the community, and while they're with us, there's a nurse on staff to be able to meet any medical needs, so we can help make sure that they're protected and safe while they're with us. But it's also that dignity of life. It's being able to be together and listen to music and have a root beer float and go out in the community. And doing that in a safe environment, so it allows families to be able to go to work or to have a moment to be able to take care of the other needs in the household while their senior loved one is being cared for. And so our adult day service provides that, and we have one open in Trotwood as well. It's open at our West Campus Community Services Center, and we just cut the ribbon on that at the end of February. But our adult day services for seniors is housed there. And so hearing Homeful and hearing Grace Ministries and hearing what Area Agency on Aging is doing, it keeps coming back to me that Aging Unbound makes a lot of sense, because we're trying to give dignity to all people, but for this conversation specifically for seniors, and how we can help that aging process be not tampered down by some of the different restraints. So by offering groceries, by offering a safe place to be, by offering employment, by engaging all the way around, it is Aging Unbound, because we're able to give that dignity. And I think that's so important. It seems to be such a theme as to what we're all trying to do for the community at large, but especially for our seniors.
Absolutely. And it allows them to stay at home for as long as possible, you know, and that's part of the dignity. Even those seniors who have lost have lost their mental faculties, dementia and aging, they want to stay at home. They want to age at home. They want to age at home in their community.
Absolutely.
That's all of our desire. You know, but the services we provide allows it to do that. You know, and that is just like you said, it's the dignity that we're able to give them in their later years. You know, and again, our goal is until end of life, because I know, you know, in working in adult day services, many times we're able to do that.
Absolutely.
You know, many times the caregiver will burn out first.
Right.
You know, before the service never burns out.
Right. Absolutely.
We're always there to give them that support they need. You know, until, you know, they're not able to do it anymore.
Absolutely.
You know, and then on the other side of this, if we think it saves money. It is saving money compared to nursing home care. I've got some figures. On average, according to the Ohio Department of Aging, the monthly cost of care for the Passport program is $1,225.07, and that's the program that funds individuals being able to stay in the community. Okay, while the monthly cost for the same level of care in the nursing facility is $6,361. So it's even saving money, you know. So, you know, it's so important. You know, I think the services, like you say, we're providing are so important, you know, to our aging community, and it helps us to be and us to be able to see that we see their value.
Absolutely.
You know, we see their value and we're able to utilize it. You know, one of the things that were mentioned was the generations. You know, them teaching the generations. I know intergenerational. You know, that's another type of program that many of our services try to do, adult day services specifically, in which the younger kids come in and they interact with the seniors, and they're able to share with them their stories, their experiences, and you're amazed at just how enthralled that they become. You know, with those stories, because these are real life stories. It's better than TikTok. You know what I'm saying?
I'd like to just kind of highlight this as far as Grace Ministries, all the programs that's available, all that we have mentioned here. There are still those who are left out. There's a segment, and I've noticed this, there are a lot of seniors who were school teachers, professionals, who had good careers, and they get a retirement which excludes them, and the medical situation and this and that, which it leaves the food as a last bill to be paid. You know, I have to pay my, you know, monthly bills, my utilities, And food is usually the thing that's kind of wavering, and that's why I'm so grateful to be in position to be called.
Yeah.
Once a week, we have seniors who get and we're not talking about the typical food that have been, outdated and those type of things. We're talking about vegetables and fruits and meats that God has provided to this ministry since 2001.
Okay.
And these are people who, for lack of a better term, turn us on to others who are in the same scenario.
Yes.
So each week, almost, we are finding new people who are not eligible for food stamps, may not be aware. So we are, as we provide these, and the other thing about ministry, all of these ones, this is what I'm so thankful for, all of you have restrictions by whoever's funding the money, the state, the federal government. We have these guidelines.
Yeah.
When I'm so blessed, Bishop,
Yes.
that the only person I have to answer to
Yes.
is the one who give it to me. And he says, give it because I love them, and let them know. So, but everything I need to continue, since 2001, I get a call at least twice a week from someone who needs some food, and we have never had to say no. The other facet of it is there are those who get all of these circumstances, but they have aides who can only come and spend 16 hours a week. So we fill in, especially with situations where I have couples who one or both may have to go to dialysis, and those are critical times when the energy is not there to feed themselves. So we kind of keep, and Lord just kind of provide the knowledge and know when it's time to prepare home cooked meals. And we serve these meals. I grew up with a family of 14, 9 sisters, never could cook. And when God called me to do this, there's a rumor that since He have given me this call that I'm pretty good at it. And I'm able to serve in our ministry 100 to 125 people, a full course meal with the provision provided, not through grants. And again, I don't have to answer to the sources that provide this food. And this gives me another opportunity that as we share the food, we can share this information, and some of the things that we're providing can be taken care of on their own. We have a ministries that assist in utilities and those type of things, which have kind of dried out. But now we can say, hey, you can go over and be trained how to take. And most people don't want to have things given to them.
Right.
Especially seniors. There's a pride issue and a dignity issue. Say, I would much rather you train me how to get back in the workforce. So again, kudos here, and just thank God for these seniors, because so go they, so go we.
The strength and integrity for those people. I know what you're saying. You should give away a lot of times. Sometimes the seniors are people that really need it. Didn't want to take a handout.
That's right.
And so give them some integrity, being able to do something for themselves. Yes, I see that.
When I said we serve them, to just one last point, because of the pride, we don't call it handout. We call it hand up.
Yes.
And just those terminology, because no one wants to feel less than.
Right.
Or burden or problem. And I share with them, what an honor. You think about this. If I can provide 75 meals for seniors, that means I certainly have the ability to eat well myself.
Oh yes.
So it's such a wonderful blessing to be. That's not well known, but one of the greatest positions to be in is to be in ministry, because you're blessed.
How do they get in touch with you? Or someone that want to get in touch with your mission?
I'm the contact person, I'm the cook, I'm the deliverer. Our ministry, believe it or not, with all we do, we serve, I have what I call distributors. On Tuesday, I have about 7 people 5 of them which are seniors,
Okay.
which I'm actually providing food, and they take it and may serve 5, 6, 7, 8 families.
Okay.
And again, it's all provided by God, but you can reach me. I can.
Yeah. You number on the street, 937-520-1087?
Yes.
And you're a cook.
I'm a chef, a cook, a smoker.
Hey, you know, I was in the military, and I'd rather have K ration than C ration.
But yes, we are a ministry holistically.
Yes.
God if someone calls us, it meant God have sent them to us.
Yes.
And He's already provided everything they need. So
one thing you say holistically, and I know the holistic type of healthy eating.
Yeah.
Is that something that you are also, reason you call it holistic?
yeah. When I smoke meat for my seniors, I prepare meals for whoever needs it.
Yes.
The homeless and single families. But my seniors,
Yes.
I smoke theirs without any, you have a lot of salt is an issue.
Yes.
So and it's a healthy, and we provided into meal serving.
Yes.
So you may have some pulled pork, some chicken wings, some
Yes.
brisket, but it's all in packages where you can just literally go to the freezer, pick out a pack,
Yes.
open up a can of beans, and you have a wonderful meal to go with it. But
Let me know when you come back to get that smoked walleye when you get finished.
it won't be walleye, but I'm going to be doing some salmon pretty soon.
Can I also mention that with all we're talking about, for seniors can give back also by volunteering.
Yes.
Volunteers, all of our organizations.
All right.
I'm
Yes,
sure.
absolutely.
Yes.
Welcome volunteers.
Yes.
And also the Area Agency on Aging. You could use volunteers.
Absolutely.
Yes, you could use volunteers. You
Yes.
could.
Every day.
So, that is that's a way that seniors can feel valued.
Yes.
Because we're letting them know right now we value them.
Absolutely.
We value what they do, we value who they are.
Yes.
And we value what they are able to give to us and bring to the table,
Yes.
from their experiences,
Yes.
so we would welcome anyone,
Absolutely.
any of our numbers, call
Yes.
us,
Yes.
and we will definitely, get you into a volunteer role and show you how.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that you can volunteer.
And I want to know a little bit more about what you were talking about this senior day at Montgomery County Fairgrounds.
Yes, sir. That is coming up. Senior Day 2023. The Montgomery County Council on Aging will be sponsoring a Senior Day at the Montgomery County Fairgrounds, 645 Infirmary Road. The doors will open at 9 a.m. and it'll be a fun event. A fun event full of door prizes, entertainment. There'll be vendor booths, lunch will be given, free lunch, and also fun and fellowship.
Yes.
So we're inviting all of our seniors and anyone else who wants to attend and have a good time on that day. Again, that's Friday, May 26th. We ask you to please join us. Please join us.
Is that just a fun day?
It's a fun day. And we'll be acknowledging the contribution and achievements of our older Americans. We will be giving out an Outstanding Senior Citizen Award.
Okay.
Yes. And I know you're going to be there, Bishop.
Well, I'm going to try. Yeah, I'm going to try.
No, you're going to be there. You're already on the schedule. You're already on the program. So, yes, I'm inviting everyone.
Transportation. How about those that have a problem with transportation, some of the elderly? Is there some special transportation going?
What I do know is that RTA, their special transportation will be providing transportation there.
Oh, okay.
Okay, as well as some of the senior centers.
Yes.
So I'm asking you to please check your senior center because many of them are going to be coming to there. Let them know that you want to come to the this event.
Yes.
And see what they can do to help you.
All right.
Okay.
Great.
And one last thing, we would encourage, even if you're not a senior, if you know a senior who is in need of some of the services that you have provided, please let them know. Me in particular, You may not be a senior, but if you know the senior or single parent who is struggling to feed themselves, eating and feeding is a necessity. One of the reasons that we go after senior, we haven't talked about single parents, is to make sure that we have the opportunity to serve. So call us if you need us.
Yes, yes. Praise God, that sounds so good. Now, I tell you what, I know time goes so fast, a lot of information that we've shared here. But in closing, to do everybody justice, I would like each one of you to give them a summary, closing, about a minute, as we're going to start with you, Jen. Did we start? Is that okay?
Right, that sounds good.
And then we're coming back and finish with Dr. Wheeler.
Yeah, so if you're watching and you are a senior, or if you have a senior in your life that is looking for services, at Goodwill Easter Seals Miami Valley, we have quite a variety. We do our CSEP program, which is working on employment training. It's funded by the Department of Labor. We have our Adult Day Services, which is funded by Area Agency on Aging. That's for to prolong placement into a long-term care facility and to allow independence and to remain in the community. And that's a day program. We have Matter of Balance, which prevents slips, trips, and falls. And then we also have a medical equipment loan program. So if you need access to a wheelchair or a walker or something for a medical need, we're able to loan that out to individuals in Montgomery County as well. The phone number on the screen is a great way to get in touch with us. You can also go to our website, which is gesmb.org, and look at all of our programs. But just give us a call and we'll connect you to a program if we have it internally, or one of our many community partners, including those that are sitting at the table, to make sure that you have the access to resources that you need.
Right. Praise God.
Alrighty. Very well said.
Thank you.
I just wanted to thank everyone for the invitation and being here, and thank you for having me. And at the end of the day, I love what I do. And I will drop my direct number, which is 937-262-4634. That can be called or texted. Any question, doesn't have to be just food, could just be a question with Homeful. I'm always looking to help direct someone in the right direction. Never leaving someone feeling like they don't know the next step of where to go.
Right.
But looking forward to see hopefully some new customers at the mobile grocery, and just always looking to hear those senior stories, as well as that senior stubbornness I love when it comes to eating those fruits and vegetables. Or I always make the joke on the truck of, I usually hide the candy, the hostess behind me, having the big guy at the register. But at the end of the day, that way they make sure they eat the fruits and veggies first, and then, if they get a candy bar on the way out, it's okay.
As a reward, huh?
Yeah, well, balancing out the sugar, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, again, I want to thank Evangelist Wheeler and yourself, and thanks for the opportunity to meet these two young people.
Yeah.
Just would encourage anyone, as has been said, to call any of us who fit the need, that you may know someone. If you're not a senior, I'm sure everyone has a senior or know someone who could benefit from what's being said. So thankful, looking forward to, and encourage you to call.
Right. Praise God.
Yes. And I too want to thank you for inviting me and us and being in the midst of these lovely people that are doing these wonderful services. Yes. And for the Area Agency on Aging, we encompass a range, a long range of services. So I encourage you to call and to find out and to be able to, see where you can be of value and you can be a part of, as well as the services that might be able to help you. And just want us to remember, the truth is everyone is aging. We simply make getting older better.
Yes.
Thank you.
And I'd like to thank each one of you guests to come here to share from our community to our community the services each and every one of you provide. Well, may God bless each and every one of you. May heaven smile on you is our prayer.